Another bad day on the stock market and another day where people are freaking out about coronavirus. Hey everyone, I'm Chad Hasty, host of the Chad Hasty Show, which airs weekday mornings 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 a.m. KFYO. Yes, it's another bad day for the stock market as now oil prices are taking a tumble thanks to OPEC and Russia. And yes, we have more coronavirus in the news. The Dallas Morning News reporting that a Collin County man in his 30s has been self quarantined, or I guess quarantined, he and his entire family, after he tested positive for coronavirus. He's actually the first person in the state of Texas to get coronavirus and not basically been shipped here from one of the cruise ships that have come to the United States. So he's the first positive test, or I guess they say presumptive positive test for coronavirus. He's in his 30s, and if he doesn't have any underlying health issues, according to all the experts, he should be okay. He has very little chance of death. He should be okay, just like what happens with the flu. So a lot of people in Texas will be watching with interest to see what happens with this 30-year-old. We wish him the best of luck. We say God bless. We wish his family the best, his friends and family as well, who are going to be understandably worried. And what that means now for Texas is that we could see other cases. We may see other cases. Listen, it's spring break. People are going to be going out of town. People are going to be traveling, either going abroad, going to California, going to Florida, going to other places where other people may have coronavirus. It's not unlikely that we will see more cases here in the great state of Texas. And already people are freaking out. You had South by Southwest, which was canceled. You had the Houston Rodeo, shockingly, went on. I think you'll see more events canceled in the near future. You have members of Congress who are self-quarantining after somebody at CPAC tested positive for coronavirus. And so all of this is weighing on the minds of the American people, and they're absolutely flipping out. They're going and buying toilet paper in mass, which there's no reason to. We're okay on the toilet paper, people. We're okay on toilet paper. But people are going down and buying a lot of toilet paper. Here's how bad it is. I actually had a family member of mine tell me that over the weekend they were in search of toilet paper in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I won't say what city, but they were in search of toilet paper and they couldn't find toilet paper. In fact, it took, I guess they had to go by some random ass store, and they finally found a little bit of toilet paper, and they were price gouged for that toilet paper. Which, hey, in Lubbock, Texas, we're doing great. We got toilet paper on the shelves. Go out and buy some. I've been asked this from a lot of people. Should we rush out and buy supplies? Should we rush out and buy canned food? Should we rush out and buy water? Should we rush out and buy this and that? Listen, it's always good to be prepared, right? It's always good to be prepared for anything, for any type of disaster or whatever it may be. Let me tell you what we did at our house. We're not that fearful of coronavirus, okay? We're my wife and I, we're younger. We don't have underlying health issues. We're fine. We're not that concerned about coronavirus. But what we are concerned about is people absolutely flipping out and stores closing because people are flipping out. So what did we do? We went, yes, and bought enough toilet paper to get through the next month and a half or so. We went and bought, just stocked up on a little bit of canned food. Didn't go overboard. Didn't fill the entire cart full of canned goods. And yes, I did find, look at that. Look at that. Some of the last bottles of Perel that I've been able to find on a shelf. There were two little bottles that were left on the shelf. And bam, right there. Got one. Why? Because you just never know. It's always good to be prepared. I'm not freaking out, and I don't think a lot of people are freaking out, but at least here around Lubbock, they're not freaking out because there are still things on the shelves. But it's always good to be prepared because here's what I do predict. For those of us who are here in Lubbock, if we get a tech student or somebody come back from spring break and they have coronavirus and it spreads, this town will absolutely lose their minds, okay? We know this. We know whenever there's a snowflake in the weather forecast, people lose their minds. If coronavirus comes to Lubbock, Texas, people will get frightened and they'll go to the store and buy everything they can. So, here's what you should do to prepare for coronavirus. Number one, wash your damn hands. It's easy. Wash your hands. Stay away from people who are sick. If you are sick, if you have had the sniffles, if you got a cough, stay home. It's that simple. Call your boss and say, listen, I got some coughing going on. Should I come to work? I think it's a bad idea. Your boss will probably say, why don't you stay home? So do that. Stay home. They call it what? Social, what is it called? Social distancing. Whatever. We've got a lot of space here in Lubbock, Texas. I think we always social distance anyway, but social distancing. I guess if you're worried about that, then fine. Do a little social distancing if you want to. Things to buy at the store. Why not? If you want to buy a gallon of water, go ahead and buy a gallon of water. Have it on, on a just in case thing. You don't need to buy pallets of water. This is a respiratory disease. It's a virus. This isn't the end of the United States of America. Buy a couple of gallons of water, you'll be fine. Have some toilet paper on hand. Get some Spam. Get some canned food that you're going to eat at some point. Don't do this. Don't buy just so much canned food that you're never going to eat, okay? Buy canned food that you're eventually going to eat or that you're going to donate to your food bank. Because that's one thing that I fear, that a lot of people are just going to go out, they're going to stock up on all these cans, and then, like 5 years from now, they're still going to have those cans in their closet. Look, at least use the stuff that you're going to buy. And when you go to the store, if you do happen to see hand sanitizer on the shelves, buy one, okay? Buy one of these, and then, if there are 3 more on the shelf, at least leave 1 or 2 for somebody else to pick up, okay? Because we want everybody to be hygienic and be able to handle everything. We're going to continue to see the freak out regarding coronavirus. It's natural because it's an unknown thing, and until we really get a handle on it, people are going to be worried. They're going to be scared. The more we hear about deaths in the United States, people are going to be worried and they're going to be scared. What I would encourage lawmakers to do on the local, state, national level, send out the very best information you can. I really do appreciate the mayor down in Houston. We keep on hearing these numbers down in Harris County of how many people have coronavirus, and he was very transparent with it and said, listen, this was as of yesterday, everybody who has coronavirus has been brought here to the United States from a cruise ship, whether it's the Egyptian cruise ship or the one off of the coast of California. They were brought here. And so, our numbers look higher because we've brought in a lot of people who have coronavirus. I'm not too worried about it. You shouldn't be too worried about it. If you're elderly, if you have underlying health conditions, you should be a little bit worried, just like you should be worried about the flu. The flu, according to a report earlier today, has killed 20,000 people in the United States in this flu season. 20,000 people have died from the flu in this flu season alone. I believe they also said that's 136 children that have died as well. But it doesn't make the nightly news. It doesn't make Drudge Report. It doesn't make any of that because people don't freak out about the flu. With coronavirus, listen to the facts. Don't think that, this is some Trump-inspired disease or that the president is spreading this disease because he wants to or anything else like that. Calm down. We'll get through this together as U.S. citizens and of people as Earth, because nobody wants the coronavirus. Just calm down and stay sane, and we'll get through this together. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 a.m. KFYO. Tuesday on my radio show, we'll have Matt Makoviak, Republican strategist, and then at 10:05, this is going to be something. At 10:05, we'll visit with Texas House Speaker Dennis Bonnen, his first interview since the whole Michael Quinn Sullivan and Power Texans audio came out, and that secretly recorded private meeting between the two of them. Going to be a very interesting interview that's happening at 10 a.m. on Tuesday's edition of the Chad Hasty Show. Have a great day. We'll visit with you tomorrow.